Hello everyone, good evening. Welcome to day 3 of our Data Science Masterclass. I hope I am audible. Good evening. Yes, can you hear me? Am I audible? Good evening. Yeah, I hope I'm audible and I hope my screen is clear. Can I get some confirmation so that we could start our session? I hope the pandas is hanging in between, right? We have to complete that. We have to do that exercise so that we could kickstart the next, right? Yeah. So what all things we have seen in our previous session regarding our pandas? Can you guys remember some of the important things which we have discussed using pandas? Yes. Yeah. So we'll start now. With Data Science Masterclass Day 3. I welcome you all. Good evening and welcome you all to this session. So we are going to start once again with working with data in Python using pandas. Okay, and we have completed the data analysis part like we did in our previous session. Okay, and Shivam, we'll check your Kaggle exploration. So please post down if you have any Kaggle link. Okay, I'll do it after this session ends. And the data pre-processing. Okay, so we are going to start with the difference between data frame and series. Is data frame is something like you have multiple rows and columns, okay, and a series is something like you have multiple rows but only single column. So that is the difference between the series and okay. And one more question before starting, can you guys answer what is the difference between locate and ilocate? LOC versus ILOC. Can you guys define the meaning in a few lines? Do you guys remember? Are we clear with that? Please post down the answers. So I'll start with the pre-processing. Pre-processing is something like fixing unwanted or improper data in your data set. Okay. Why? Because this will improve the accuracy of the data by removing or correcting inaccuracies, missing values, duplicates and irrelevant data. And it can make the data more consistent, reducing the risk of errors in downstream processes. Okay. For example, as I told you earlier, the data set you analyze, okay, but there are a few things which you don't want your data to have. It could be something like null values, duplicate, right? So we don't want these things to be present there. So for that we have to do pre-processing where you have to take care of null values. We have seen what is a null in our previous class. So looking into it, if you want to check how many null value in each column, you could use this dot is null. Okay, so let me just go into our yesterday's content, right? Let me just run all. So I hope if there is no error in between, it is going to complete and give us from the beginning of our previous session, right? Okay, something has been cut off here. Yeah, this is not available now. So runtime run after. Yeah. Locate means it locate both. Okay, so it's locate. It could locate the index. If you pass number or name, it could locate it. It will search for that exact value you pass. But if you go with ilocate, it will search based on index number. So now kickstarting with, I have my Titanic dataset. Once again, data titanic.head. You have your column and you could see there are NaN available somewhere else. So I could check it with the help of titanic.isNull. Okay. So if I run it, I'll be getting booleans. Okay, there will be booleans in lot of places. Can you guys see there are a lot of false and true? Can you guys tell me where we have true here? So here in cabin we have a null value and we have a true there. So what does this tell? So if is null, if it has true, then it tells that that particular record is a null value. If it is false, then it tells that it is not a null value. Okay, but you guys know that it is difficult for you to count this. Okay, so you have bunch of rows, you can't go and manually count how many null I have, right? So for such things, what we could do is, along with this is null, you could ask it to sum. Okay, dot sum. If you pass it, you get a nice representation of each column and the respective null values in it. Okay, so you could see name, passenger ID, gender, all these things don't have null, whereas age column, okay, cabin and embark, all these three has null values. And how many null is there? Okay, so are we clear with first finding the null value? If you are clear, then we could start to how to deal with this guy, because he is not mean to be here. We have to take care of it. So yeah, so we have to take care of it now. So this is the way you could find it. If everything is 0, then you don't have to worry, but there are null values which we have to take care. So handling the null values consists of two things you could do. A basic step, there are some advanced step with some algorithmic methods which we'll discuss inside the machine learning contents, most probably by day 11 or 12. So the basic with pandas, what we could do is we could either impute it or we could drop it. Okay, so here imputation is something like you could manipulate the value or fill the value in the null. Null means there is no value, right? So you could fill it or you could drop it. Drop it means what all row has null value, you remove that entire row. Okay, so that if you do it, finally your data set won't have null values. So the first step is imputing. So if you want to fill some value, you have to use fill NA. You are filling the null value. So you can pass any value you want to fill and then comma. If you use in place equal to true, it is going to set it. Okay. And again, another question. Remember what is in place? Please post down answers in chat box. What is in place? And here let me just fill this Titanic. Okay, so I have to select a single column. Maybe I'll check the age column and let me just go with dot fill NA. And what is the value I'm going to fill is, maybe if null values I could place it as 0, but that's not a good way to do it, right? So we could do something like this. We know how to select a single column. So just go and select a single column and just get the mean value. Okay, the average value. So now I have the average age and I'm going to use the average age replaced in all the places of null in the age column, and I'll go with in place equal to true. So this will do that particular process. This will return the null average value. So what's the average? Let us find out. So the average age is around 29.699. So you get that. Okay. Got it? So you are filling that. So in such way, now if you go and check Titanic dot is null, okay, dot sum, now you won't have any null value. Okay, in age particularly, because you have handled only the age. So what about cabin and embark? Let me tell you. Okay, so you could see what is the total shape. Okay, what is scientific, not specific? I don't know. Am I told you anything about scientific? Okay. So look here, Titanic, okay, dot shape will give you number of rows and columns. So the total number of rows is 891, and let us get the percentage of null value. Okay, so I'm going to just call Titanic dot is null dot sum, and let me divide all these things by Titanic dot shape of 0th index, which is the number of rows, and the entire thing multiplied by 100. This is going to return you a percentage. Okay. So you could see nearly 77% of this particular cabin column is null value. And if you are going to manipulate this, then you have just the 23%. Okay. So it is not wiser to fill it with average values or some methods, or you could, most of this data is not that much great in this column. And if you try to drop this, nearly it removes all the rows. If you drop NA, it is going to, like if you drop null value, it is going to remove all the null rows. Then you will be losing 77%. Then you will remain with just 200 rows. both you can't do. So in such situation, what I'll decide is, it seems like the cabin column we have is a problem, so I'll just drop this column. Okay, so you have to carefully take this decision based on the task or the data you have at hand. So let me just go and call dot drop and pass the column name, which is Titanic, with access 1 and in place equal to true. Will do that particular process for us. Okay, what it is, Titanic is not found. Sorry, it's not Titanic, right? Sorry guys, it's called as cabin. It's capital C again. You have to be specific. Yeah, we have dropped the cabin, and if you look at Titanic dot is null dot sum, we have lost a column, but still the null values we have handled. Finally, we have just two null values in embarked. Okay, so that you could manipulate, or you could also let us use it to learn about removing null values. Okay, so you could replace with mean, median, or mode, and you could drop the values if you want. You could go with drop NA. So you can't do it column specific. Okay, it is not series wise, it is something like entire data frame, because whatever rows you will be dropping it. Okay, so if you want to find that, maybe we'll visualize this too and then we'll drop it. I'll teach you now how to go and pick that particular thing. So Titanic dot is null, now if you search it, okay, so you get lot of boolean, right? So I need to look into the column of embarked. Okay, so if you just go and pick this embarked, okay, so you see there are a lot of false and there will be just two places where it is true. And if you want to find it, you could use this as a filter, because whenever you have true false boolean, then what you could do is enclose everything inside a square bracket, okay, and then pass your entire data frame. If the size matches, then wherever you have true, it is going to use it as a filter and show that alone. And now I'll be getting the two places. Okay, you could see I am getting the two places where the values are null. Okay, so do you guys understand how? Because we are getting only the embarked and getting a boolean of true or false, and then you are using it inside square bracket as a filter to get wherever it is true, you will be getting it. And these two places are the true places. And now I'll show you. If you go with Titanic dot drop NA with in place equal to true, it is going to drop it entirely. Okay, and if you try to look or locate for 61, let us do it. Titanic dot locate 61, you won't get it because it has been removed. Okay, it's not available. If you look at 62, it will be. Okay, so the person, this passengers, these two, we have removed it. Okay, drop NA will do it, and if you want, you could once again verify with Titanic dot is null dot sum. Now you have processed the data set with nothing, no null values. This is a good data which you could proceed further. And few algorithms can work even if you have null values, but majority of machine learning algorithms later on, if you have null value, it is going to give you error. Okay, so you have to be careful in such way. So I am sharing my screen is not clear for you guys. I hope the internet connection, everything is fine from my side. Can anyone confirm it? Is that the situation? Can you guys view it, or is it for that particular person alone? Can I get some response? Are we clear? Is my screen proper? Okay, I hope my screen is clear. I could watch it in my mobile on YouTube. And maybe if you want, you could increase the quality. Okay, it's fine from my side. So not a mistake. So finally, we will be discussing about dropping duplicates. Okay, so duplicate values. So if you want to check whether you have duplicate values, then you have to go with dot duplicated. Okay, so like null value, if you want to check, maybe I'll do Titanic dot duplicated. Okay, so you may get booleans, and when you have boolean, you could go with dot sum to get a count, and you could see it is 0 given here because we don't have any duplicates, unfortunately, for our example. If you have duplicates, then what you could do is you could drop the duplicates. Simple. Okay, so dataset dot drop underscore duplicates will do that particular process for us. So Titanic dot drop underscore duplicates. So this will do the particular process, and yeah, so if you want to imply here, we don't have anyway, but if you have in place equal to true, we'll drop that, and that will wind up our pandas, and we are going to go and learn few more things in our example with Pokemon dataset. I hope you guys are ready, and before continuing, are you ready to build your career with data science? If you are, then Pantech is giving you a chance. You could join for our exclusive 1 month internship on data science. Okay, so what summer internship going on, you could join here. You will be getting benefits if you join. You will be getting 30 days of live session, 90 days of access to record, 8+ source codes of data science projects, 30 downloadable PPTs, VIP community group, weekly mentor support in Zoom to clarify your doubts, internship confirmation letter, internship participation certification and all. So the discounted fee is $799 if you want to register. The link will be posted in chat box, and it's a limited offer. The offer ends on 12th. Okay, 2 days left for it. So here we will be doing projects such as exploratory data analysis on sales, world population exploratory data analysis, Netflix data analysis on Powerbi, churn prediction, supply chain optimization for FMCG company, music dataset clustering, CO2 emission prediction, and time series analysis on Microsoft stock data. So this is a sample certificate which you get after completion, certified from Pantech and IETE. Or if you want, you could also use this wonderful opportunity where you are going to get 3 courses in one bundle at a discounted fee. So you will be able to get a basics Python course 30-day and data analytics course 30 days with Power BI, Tableau, Excel, Python for data analytics in detail 30 days. Then you can also avail our data science which we are doing now for 30-day content. All these 3 together in one bundle. So all these 3 you could get at a discounted fee at 1,200. Okay, so the regular fee is 3,999, but you could get it as 1,200, and the registration link will be posted in chat box. And the last date for this wonderful offer is this Sunday 12th. So this is a good opportunity where you are getting 3 courses at this discounted fee, and it's a limited offer. So you could learn the entire stack from basics of Python, then the data analytics, then data science. So you will be industry ready for it. So you will be getting 90-day records, 30, 30, 30, 90, weekly live session, 3 certificates, 20+ projects, 1 year validity, downloadable PPTs, internship confirmation, and then hackathon every weekends. So now we are going to start with the next library, which is the day of Numpy today, which is working with Numpy array. Okay, so I hope we could start with Numpy, right? The link will be posted, guys, soon. Okay, so the registration link both will be posted soon. So if you guys are interested, you could join in this. So working with Numpy array. So Numpy is a Python library used for working with array, and it also has functions for working in domains of linear algebra, Fourier transform, and matrices. And Numpy actually stands for numerical Python. Okay, so you could ask me what is Numpy and why we need to do it. In Python itself we can do max, right? Why we need a specific library for doing it, let me explain. Okay, this goes back into our other programming language concepts and all. Yes, you could Abzal, you could I'll suggest you please check our LMS platform. Okay, you could go and visit our Pantechelearning LMS platform. We have a data analytics course. You could join in it. Okay, we even have a summer internship going on data analytics, so you could check our site and you could get benefited. So if my team sees this, I'll make sure they will be posting you the link for it as well. Okay, so now you could ask me what is the purpose. Okay, so what they do is in Numpy we create array. Okay, so in Numpy, okay, in Python we have list. Okay, that serves the purpose of array, but they are slow to process. Okay, so Numpy aims to provide an array object, okay, that is 50 times faster than Python list. And arrays are frequently used in data science because they we need to perform very faster, because if our data is huge, then we want to achieve it. Why? Okay, why? How the NumPy array is faster? Both are used to store collection of items, but they have some key difference. Okay, so list is different and NumPy array is different. Array is a thing where if you have one data, the next data will be located next place in the memory. It's a continuously allocated memory. So if you want to access or perform any operation, what you could do is you could perform in NumPy array. Since they are in continuous place, these concepts can be done very faster. Whereas Python list are not stored in one continuous place, they are stored in different places in memory. So what happens is, since NumPy array are stored in a single block of memory, it makes access very faster. But Python list are not storing continuous place, they are storing in different places in memory. So it will take time for every operation. Okay. Yes, it is completely okay, Sai. It's up to you whether you want to go towards data science or full stack web development and all. So for the installation of NumPy, okay, you could use pip install NumPy for installing like pandas, and then you can import NumPy and use a alias name as np for short name calling and working with it. Okay, now we are going to start first with array. So array will look similar to a Python list. Oh guys, sorry guys, I have forgotten completely about our Pokemon challenge. You guys should have reminded me of that. Sorry, we'll continue with NumPy. Before that, let us finish the pandas with this Pokemon exercise. Sorry guys, really. So can we just finish this off? And then we'll come back into NumPy, okay? So first let us connect to it. Yes, you have courses on Python basics and advanced. You could check our LMS platform for it, okay? And the links for our internship and bundle are available in chat box. If you are interested, you could join. So let me copy the path, and before answering these questions, let us do import pandas as PD. Data equal to pd dot read underscore csv. Okay, so we have some name, type, total, attack, defense, speed, generation, legendary and all. Okay, so I'm going to just go with data.isnal.sum. So you guys please do the exploratory data analysis, and the type 2 has 386 null values. Okay, so let us handle it later. First let us look into the questions. Okay, so what is type 2 actually? It seems like this is the main type and this is a secondary type. For now I'll just remove this data.drop. You could handle it. I'm just going to answer this question. So for now let me drop it. So drop NA in place equal to true. And what's the total shape of our data? 800, and we may lose. Okay, we have to drop this particular column. That will be enough. So what's the first question, and can you guys try to find the answer for it? How many Pokemon? Okay, so they are asking how many Pokemon exist with an attack value greater than 150. Okay, so do we have anything? I'll look at data.head first. Shivam, please wait, I'll do it by the end of the session. Okay, and I can't view any link. Please make sure, I'll make sure you will be reviewing it over the end. Okay, so now we'll kind of focus on the session. And we need to find how many Pokemons have attack greater than 150. So where is the attack column? We have an attack column. So let us go with data of attack. Okay, so once again you could check just greater than 150. If you just do it, you get booleans. Okay, and what you could do is you could use it as a filter and then pass the entire data again. So you have this. Okay, so you have this count. You could get dot shape. Okay, it gives you number of rows you have now, 18. Okay, so the answer for this is 18. Okay, 18 Pokemons have this greater than 150. You could also do something like this. You could go for data.locate and you could pass once again the filter. So data of attack greater than 150. So you get the same, and then you could go with dot shape of 0 to get the same answer, 18. Okay, 18 is the answer. Select, now you want to select all the Pokemons of with a speed of 10 or less. It's simple, same. You have speed, where you have speed? Okay, maybe we'll check with, yeah, so let us go and take the speed column. It will start within a day. Okay, so you could finish it. It's a self-paced course, you can watch anytime you want. So again, the speed is less than 10 is the question. So data.locate, and if you pass it, it is going to locate all the places. So two Pokemon have a speed of less than 10. Okay, maybe less than or equal to 10. Okay, so somehow 10, and I hope the question with a speed of 10 or less. Okay, so it's less than or equal to 10, so you get these things. So how many Pokemons have SP, speed defense, I hope so, of 25 or less? Once again, you could do the same with column names, sp dot defense. Okay, let's 25 dot shape of 0. Once again, 18 Pokemons have this same thing. Okay, so let us answer the next question. Select all the legendary Pokemons alone. Okay, so wherever you have true, then that is a legendary Pokemon. Then you could do the same data.locate, data of legendary equal to true. Okay, since they are true, then you could pass directly as a filter. So select all the legendary Pokemon. So these are all legendary Pokemon. Okay, 65 Pokemons we have. I hope I remember some of the famous Pokemons. Do you guys remember any Pokemon name? Please post it down. We could search for that particular Pokemon as well. Let's make it fun as well. Okay, post down if you guys remember. I hope in childhood you would have seen this. So take a look at the scatter plot, okay, that correlates Pokemon attack and defense. What's the name of the Pokemon that is a clear outlier? Okay, so this question, if you want to answer, then you have to need to know about scatter plot, and you need to have idea about seaborn and all. This week I can do it now, but you can't understand. I haven't taken you class of it, so we'll skip it later. Okay, so Pikachu is the answer, right? Maybe we'll search for it. Data of name. Okay, Bulbasaur is there. Absal, it is in the first itself, is equal to Pikachu. Okay, there will be just one Pokemon, so if you just go with it. Okay, Pikachu is not there. What kind of data set it is? Raichu is there. Then what about Pikachu? Is there a spelling mistake? Okay, fine. So how many flying Pokemons are there? Okay, so where can we get about their flying ability? Maybe in the type, I hope so. So for that we could get the data's unique values. Okay, data of type 1 dot value underscore counts. Okay, do we have flying? And yeah, what can you tell? How many flying Pokemon do we have? 4. Okay, so that's the answer for this question. mug and mu. Okay. Yeah, there is one mu mug. No, I don't know why Pikachu is not there. That's one of the main character. That's the main character, right? Okay, fine. So yeah, so we'll continue. How many poison Pokemons are across both types? Okay, so we have dropped the type actually. Poison Pokemon here it's 28. That's the answer. It's the same thing. Or if you want to get that back again, so we could run it. And we could go and answer this question now in a way that you want to get data of type 1 is equal to poison, or okay, data of type 2 is equal to poison. So that's our OR operator. Okay, we have to perform it in a way that it won't produce any errors. And now you have booleans, right? So you could pass this entirely as a filter. So either on both, okay, type 1 or type 2, if you have poison in it, it is going to show you. And how many? 62 Pokemons have it, okay? And next thing is name the Pokemon of type 1 ice which has strongest defense. Can we answer this? Okay. So first type 1 is equal to ice. Data.locate this. Okay, so now we have ice, and what we need to get it which has the strongest defense. Okay, so defense should be high, right? So let us try to sort values, okay, by equal to, let me pass defense. So this is a way where you could sort the values. Is there any spelling mistake on defense? Yeah, yes. Okay, now you could see it has been arranged in the ascending order. We want in reverse, so you could pass a parameter which is ascending equal to false, so it will give you in descending order. Okay, so name the Pokemon of type 1 ice and which has the strongest defense. Avalok. Okay, so that's the name of the Pokemon which you are searching for. Okay, you could get the name answer. So that is the answer, name of 0. Yeah. Okay. So what's the most common type of legendary Pokemon? So what's the most common? So for it we have to do data of legendary Pokemon's type. Okay. So in such way then we could go and take only the legendary first. Legendary data.locate. Okay, so here it's the legendary. We want to check what's the most common type. Let us maybe focus on type 1 for it. Okay, and let us go with type 1, and we need to get the value counts, and once again here you could sort the values. Okay, so just go with sort underscore values, ascending equal to false, psych is the most common, ascending is equal to false. Okay, so this is the first one. How to get Outlook name alone, sir? Yeah, so here the problem is if I try to get the 0th, it is telling me the result answer problem, and the reason is here the index is mismatched, so you get this error. So you want to reset this index, so you just call reset underscore index. So you get 0, 1, 2, 3 and all. So now if I go and just dot locate of 0, or you could directly use dot ilocate, both are allowed. Okay, so here just dot locate of 0, and then if you pass name, you will be getting that algorithm. Okay. Ravinder, the link is pinned in comment. It is available in description, so you could get all the 3 courses in that. Find the most powerful Pokemon from the first 3 generations of type water. Okay, so what could be the answer for it? So do we have anything known as a generation? Yes, we have. Okay, so we could go for data.locate data of generation, and you could use this keyword .isin to check multiple parameters. So you want to check 1, 2 or 3. Okay, so if you have it, and okay, so the data of type 1, okay, should be water. Okay, what is the error we get? False. Okay, here the square bracket, here not. Okay, so now we got it, right? So we could, what's the question? And once again, find the most powerful from the first. Okay, so the powerful, we have to get it. So we have to just sort these values. Okay, so we could sort the values by total. So let us go and answer this dot sort underscore values by equal to total. Okay, comma ascending is equal to false. Okay, so these are all the answers for the particular question. Find the most powerful Pokemon. So these are the first most powerful from the water. Okay, based on their generation 1, 2, 3, who is the most? This is what the answer for it. Are we clear with these? Are we clear with this? Fine. And now I hope we can continue with Numpy and see few things. Okay. So going through Numpy, let us go and import Numpy as NP. Today is day 3 and import Numpy as NP. Okay, so we have a list. Maybe for example, my list is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so this belongs to Python list. If you want, you could print the type of my list. Okay, it belongs to list. Now I'll create an array of Numpy. So I'm going to transform it into array, and for that I could go and call np.array, and I could pass any collection here, or I could create it here itself. Let me pass my list here, and if you see, it may look now same. The result is it gives you array and it looks same, right? So there is not much difference. But what it is, okay, so if you print the type of it, you will be getting that it belongs to, so let us store it as my array. And if you print the type of my array, then it belongs to Numpy array. Okay, so this is Numpy array, and I told you, right, the difference. This one will be stored somewhere in the memory, 2 will be stored somewhere in the memory, and so on. But if you look at array, they all will be stored together. Okay, so that is array, and there are a lot of few more things which we could learn about array. So the array can be of different dimension. You can get a 1 dimension array, a 2D array, a 3D array, and so on. So this is a 0 dimension array, just a single element. This is a 1 dimension array, which is a list. If you create a matrix which is inside a list, if you have 2 lists separated by comma, 2 or more, then you could call it as a 2D array. Okay, it's like a matrix. 2D array is a matrix, and you have 3D array. So 3D array is combination of 2D arrays separated by comma. So 2D array will have 1D array inside of it, and 1D array will have 0 dimension element inside of it. I hope we could create some examples. Okay, so we have seen this is a 1 dimension array. So my array is a 1 dimension array, and if you want you could create 2D, okay, np dot array of, it should be of equal size, okay, 5 6 7 8. Print 2D. So this is a matrix 2 dimension array, and similarly if you want you could create a 3D array as well. So the 3D array is going to be np dot array, and see here inside a list, okay, inside a array we have a 2D now. So the 2D will be having 1 2 3 and then comma 4 5 6. Then coming out of it I have another 2D, okay, 7 8 9. 7 8 9 comma 10 11 12, and then if I want I could have another 2D inside. So these are elements, okay, 13 14 15 16 17 and 18. Okay, something is not matching here, so all these things should be ending here. And if you print 3D, so this is a 3 dimension array, okay, so which has matrix as an element inside of it. So these are 1D 2D and 3D arrays. And now what we are going to do is we'll look at the array indexing now. So if you have a 1 dimension array, so maybe like my array is 1 dimension, right? So if I want to take a single element, so I could go and access like Python, like, okay, so you could use it like list. You could pass the index number and get the values out of it. So what if you have 2D array, how to access it? So if you go and call in 2D array, if you pass 0 here, okay, so running this 0 will give you the 0th element, which is this particular list 1 2 3 4. And if you pass 1 here, it is going to be 5 6 7 8. The next, okay, maybe if I want this 7 alone, then what I could do is I could once again create another indexing and go inside. So here we have 5 in the 0th, 6 in the first, 7 in the second. So if I pass 2 here, it is going to take that. Are we clear? So we get 7 now, okay. So how we are getting it? We are passing, like going into that and then into that, okay. So now similarly if you want to do that in 3D, maybe if I want to take this 18, okay, what to do? So in 18 you could call this 3D, and then if you pass 2 here, you get the second, okay. In second index you have this, inside I have it in 18, here it's first. So if you use 1, you are going into that. And now 18 is in 2, so you could use this to pick the value 18. So that's how you could go inside dimension and get the values, okay. That's indexing. And moving further, so we have seen the accessing, okay, of 3D and all. So you could similarly slice it as well, okay. Slicing is not a big deal. So if you can access it, you could slice it as well. So maybe you could take from 1 till the end. So you get 2 3 4 5 alone, not the first few guys. Similarly if you do it in 2D, maybe something like 2D of 1 will give you the entire thing, and maybe I want to get from the second till the end, which is 7 and 8, I could slice it in this way. Similarly it applies for the 3D in the same manner. So here I want to get from the first till the end, then you get the 17 and 18 from here. Or I hope you could do this as well. Yeah. So we could slice in a 2D and 3D in a way. So we will see about NumPy copy and view. So there is a condition called as NumPy copy and NumPy view. Am I audible, guys? Guys, am I audible? I think there is some issue with the internet. Guys, I hope now the internet is fine. Okay, it's a green symbol. I hope it's clear now. So we'll continue now. We'll see a few functions and then we'll wind up the session. I hope it's time's up. We'll wait for a few minutes and then we'll finish this off and then continue. So there is two things which is similar. One is called as copy, another one is view in Numpy. Okay. So what is copy? So if you want to make a copy in a new variable, then you could use dot copy. Okay. And you have something known as view, where you could take a view in a new variable, but what happens is it is going to just view it. What happens is if you do a copy, then what happens is it is going to take a new copy and store in the memory. But if you use view, okay, so this is copy. If you have bag 1, you are making a new bag and storing in the memory. But if you view it, then what happens is you create a new variable to look at the same memory location or the value you have. I'll show you. So I have my array, right? My array, okay, x equal to my array dot copy and the y equal to my array dot view. So if you look at the x and y, it is the same, but maybe I'll do some change now. So if you look at my array, we have copied that, right? So I'm going to just replace the 0th value with 1000. Okay, instead of 1, it is going to be 1000 now. So if you look at my array, it will be having 1000, then 2, 3, 4, 5. And if you look at the thing which you have copied, in x you have copied, right? If you look at the value of x, it is going to be the same as earlier because you made a copy there. But if you look at y, you will be surprised you are viewing that, right? So you will be getting something like 1000 here as well, because you have altered and view is going to just view it from a different variable. So you can see all the changes happening here also. So that is copy and view. I hope you guys are clear with it. And to get the shape of array, you could go with dot shape to get a particular shape. And we have some reshaping and all. It seems like I have some technical issues here. So we'll continue this and finish Numpy in the next session. And then we'll be continuing with visualization tools. Okay. So that's it, guys. That's it for today. Thank you for watching. I hope today's content you have understood. And if you want, you could join, register for our internship. The link is posted. This data science 30 days alone costs you $799. Or if you want, you could join for our 3-in-1 bundle offer, where you get a Python course, a data science and a data analytics course. All these three together at 1200. This link is also available in chat box. So you could register and get benefited from it. Okay. Thank you, guys. The links are available in chat box. If you guys are interested, you could register and get benefited from it. Thank you. Sorry guys, sorry some internet or technical issues. We'll continue this in the next session.